Hello, Assalamu alaikum everyone. Welcome to Master Me. Thanks for tuning in. In this video, I'm going to share some insights from another great book that I've been reading lately. It's called The Purification of the Heart, a translated work and a commentary by Sheikh Hamza Yusuf focusing on the spiritual heart. As we are in self-isolation right now in our homes, in solitude, it will be a good time, I think, to reflect about our internal condition. Hence a reason to use this book. And it's a foundational work on understanding the self. This book actually enlists a number of inward diseases a human being can have and the methodologies or treatment to get rid of them as per the Islamic tradition. So in this video, I would like to reflect on a few passages from the book. The Imam mentions about 4 states that we can be in. We can be in ni'mah, blessings, or in bala, tribulation. Or we can either respond to blessings or tribulation through obedience or disobedience. Obviously, now we are in tribulation as a collective. And it is important that we are orienting ourselves to obedience to the Creator. Our response should be through patience, prayer, and doing the right thing. All right, this is a chapter I want to focus on. Relying on other than God. It talks about 2 things, fear and desire other than God. That goes against trust in Him, and the origin of that is lack of certainty. So in fact, certainty here means, as per Sheikh, that everything good, all that is worthy of pursuit and time, comes none other than God. This crisis, this coronavirus crisis, has created so much fear, panic and anxiety, right? And we are still feeling anxious inside our homes because of the connectedness with the digital world. Our constant desire to know everything that is happening around us is not really helping. I know it's good to keep yourself updated, but when it's excessive, it does take a toll on your mental health.
There were 2 people, and then 4, and then 16. In 3 months, it's 1 billion. That's where we're headed.
Virus, no treatment protocol, and no vaccine at this time.
I feel when we consume information regarding this crisis from the sensationalist media or the social media platform, it does have an effect on our psyche, no doubt about it. It has a snowballing effect. Constant negative news about deaths, increasing cases of infections, these negative whisperings about what's going to happen to us, eventually will lead us to depression and despair. The more we are exposed to it, the more anxious we become, and that leads to impair our sense of faith and diminish or lose our certainty, yaqeen, in our Creator, which is the root cause of other diseases in our spiritual heart. So I think it's important when we are having faith to establish the trust, the reliance, tawakkul in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, that everything that is happening around us for a believer, there's always good in it. And this tawakkul will definitely liberate us from the feeling of despair. Our Messenger Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam actually taught us to establish trust in Him, but also advised us to tie the camel, meaning do the right thing. You probably might have heard the hashtag flatten the curve and the social distancing measures, right? First, we rely on Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to protect us from these illnesses. We also have to strive and take the necessary measures or means to protect from it by obeying the rules and restrictions imposed by the authorities. Our Rasulullah actually instructed us the right kind of behavior in times of plague. The hadith that is on the screen implies social distancing. Reflecting on this global lockdown, this hadith actually appeals to the 21st century intellect, right? So Imam's admonition is to always keep in mind that Allah alone holds all benefit and only God tests people and provides relief and provision. So in conclusion, what I understand from this chapter is fearing created things, especially virus. This fear of getting the disease is that we don't have trust in Allah, right? So we have to seek refuge in Allah from this irrational fear that diverts our attention and striving away from Him. So it is only through constant remembrance we can find ourselves at peace. So this anxiety, fear, and uncertainty will disappear when we are at peace. That is through remembrance. So when we are at peace, so when we are in touch with peace, others will feel it too. that is contagious as well.